Welcome back to the September edition of Conversations with Archbishop Kurtz. And in this second segment, we have a treat for you. We have two of the planners and organizers of a life conference, which will be the first ever for the Archdiocese of Louisville, and it'll take place on the 22nd of October next month. So I want to begin by welcoming Ed. Ed Harpring is the coordinator of pro-life ministries and activities, a part of the Family Life Ministry for the Archdiocese. Yes. And I know an active member of St. John Paul II Parish, so welcome, Ed.
Thank you.
And Deacon Lucio Caruso, and Deacon Lucio is a member of Epiphany Parish, and you have a very special role with Catholic Charities. You're the director of mission integration,
right.
Aren't you? So it's an exciting, first of all, both of your responsibilities are exciting, and we're blessed to have each of you involved with the Archdiocese and with this conference. So let's get right to the Life Conference. Why don't we begin? Ed, how did it come about?
Well, that's a great question, Archbishop. I would say somewhat providentially, and I say that because when I first started, which is going on 3 years now, Lucio and I, Lucio from Catholic Charities, me from Pro-Life, Art Turner from Formation, and Sal from Evangelization all came together and we started meeting on a monthly basis. And the reason we did that was we realized working collectively we were going to improve our ministries. You know, two heads are...
What a model for the church.
Yeah, it really is.
It's one church in Christ, and you're coming together.
Especially me, starting new, it was a great help. So through those meetings, we came away with two things that we did over the last 2 years. They were kind of formation gatherings for our catechists and teachers, and we kind of based it on Pope Francis and the Gospel of Life. Those two things came together. We talked about a number of life issues. It was well received by the teachers and the catechists. They gave us good feedback, so we did another version of it the second year. And after that, we thought, why not go bigger? Why not try to do a life conference for the entire Archdiocese? Wow. And so that's kind of what triggered it, got into the strategic plan, and so here we are.
As they say, the rest is history.
That's
and I know
right.
Karen from our worship office is also very much involved in that work,
Karen
isn't
has
she?
been a great help, and she's newer like I was, and she's just brought some great energy and good ideas.
You know, it was exciting to be at the gathering of the leaders, or what do you call those who are helping to build up
kind of our captains.
Yeah. The captains last month, so that was good. It's connected with the Jubilee Year of Mercy. Deacon Lucio, give us that a little bit about the natural connection between the Life Conference and the Jubilee Year of Mercy.
Well, it certainly provides sort of a kind of culmination to this Year of Mercy that obviously Pope Francis has called upon us to reflect on our merciful God and how we reflect that merciful God in living lives of mercy through the corporal and spiritual works of mercy. And our own Archdiocese for the last several months have been reflecting on how we can more intentionally live out those actions of mercy. As you know, we produced a mercy passport.
I love it. Actually, the next segment,
I heard,
we're going to
yes.
be talking about both mercy received and mercy shared.
Right.
So we'll be talking about the passport.
And what's neat as you look at that,
it's a passport not to get you out of the country, but to get you into heaven.
Exactly. That's true.
Okay.
That's true. I have my Italian passport for that. No. But what's interesting when you look at these various works of mercy and some of the great examples that we have in there, each one of them in one way or another supports and affirms the dignity and value of every human life. Yeah. That was a neat connection for me in revisiting these works of mercy, that they are all ways that we lift up the value of every life, from whether they be from the unborn, later in life, in prison, refugee. And so it was just so fitting as we are reflecting on these as a diocese to come together and just really both affirm and celebrate our ongoing commitment to every life that is important, that matters to our God, and therefore should matter to us.
Yeah, it fits into the Jubilee Year of Mercy, and especially each one of us made in the image and likeness of God.
Exactly.
Are those who are watching this program and participating, it's good for each of us to hear how the Church, echoing Jesus and his call for mercy, treats every human being with great mercy and great respect. Huh? Let's talk a little bit about somebody who's going to come to the day. It's a one day. It's a Saturday. Give us a little bit about the nuts and bolts of it. What will they expect to happen?
Well, as you said, Archbishop, it's October the 22nd, which, by the way, is the feast day of St. John Paul II.
What a great,
another one of those.
what a great
And
connection.
we really didn't know that when we originally planned it, but God had
shouldn't
that
say
in
that.
mind.
You should say, we had that all in mind.
Let's look
I'm
good.
going to be honest about it, but I think it was meant to be. I really
Yes.
do. So we're happy about that. It's 8:30 to 1:30, concluding with the
Okay,
Mass.
so people can expect to get there by 8:30,
Yeah.
and I think did you say it was at St. Michael?
Yes, St. Michael's, and we're going to feed them. We're going to have a light breakfast, have a boxed lunch, so they won't go away hungry.
They don't get the breakfast until 8:30, or could they go a little early, or how did?
I think at 8:30 is when we're
8:30.
going to
Okay.
start with
Okay,
light
just telling
breakfast.
people don't show up early. Just
That's
show up
right.
at 8:30
and you don't
with
have
an
to eat
appetite.
before you get there.
Right.
So we'll have that in Common Table, which is one of the
Catholic Charities
Catholic
program.
Charities
Good.
partners, is going to be serving that. So that's
And then
wonderful.
what else will happen during the day?
Well, let's talk about the four witness talks. You're going to be the keynote.
I'm grateful for the invitation.
And we're happy to have that. But four witness talks, and while we can't cover every life issue because there's so many, we landed on four that we think are so topical today. And those issues are abortion, the death penalty, immigration, and racism.
Wow.
And the common thread for all four witness talks is that they were wounded at one point by these issues, but through the year of mercy, through God's mercy, they came to a healing and a different perspective than when they were wounded. And that's what we hope everyone will come to see.
So people coming will actually hear hands-on witnesses.
Yes.
This is wonderful. And I know we have just a minute or so left, actually, but I want to make sure that we say this. Someone coming, what could they expect to take with them? Lucio, what would you say?
Well, I hope they would see, again, the broad range of various issues that affect the life and dignity of every person, how they are interconnected, and also to just see how we as a whole church none of us as one person can work on any one issue, but how together
Yeah.
we can address all
So we can
of
have a
them.
passion, and we should have passions
Right.
for specific things, but we are one church,
Right.
and we need to work that's
and just to
great,
respect,
great
I've
message.
always thought of it as sort of like the seamless garment of Christ. You know what I mean? That each part affects the other, and we're all working on our piece
Wow.
together. And
Well,
so,
let me say this. We're excited. I hope that we've put up on the screen the date, October 22nd, the location, St. Michael, and directions, as well as the beginning at 8:30.
And they can register online.
And register online.
That's
That's
right.
wonderful. And I know there's 70 strong captains who are out there inviting
Right.
people. If someone's already actively involved, a great time to be re-inspired.
Exactly.
If
Yes.
someone has not, a great time to come and join us.
Exactly.
Thank you. Thank you
All
both
right.
for your leadership.
thank you.
And thank you all for taking part in Conversations with Archbishop Kurtz. We're going to be back in just a minute for the final segment of Archbishop Kurtz's Conversations.